You know what? I'm absolutely sick of watching backstabbers get rewarded in wrestling. And what we just witnessed at NXT Gold Rush 2025 wasn't just a betrayal, it was a calculated assassination of trust, loyalty, and everything Tatum Paxley stood for. Jacy Jayne didn't just win a championship, she won it on the backs of the most disgusting act of treachery we've seen in NXT this year. And if you're not absolutely furious about how this went down, then you weren't paying attention. Let me ask you something right now, and I want you to drop your answer in the comments. Do you think the Culling's betrayal was planned from the very beginning, or did they turn on Tatum in that moment? Because what happened at Gold Rush has completely shattered the NXT women's division, and we need to talk about the absolute chaos that just unfolded. Before we dive into this dumpster fire of betrayal, let me set the stage for those of you who might have missed the build-up to this catastrophe. Tatum Paxley has been on an absolute tear in NXT. This woman fought through every obstacle, overcame every challenge, and earned her spot in this match fair and square. She had the momentum, she had the crowd behind her, and most importantly, she thought she had allies she could trust. The Culling, this mysterious faction that's been lurking in the shadows of NXT, seemed to have Tatum's back, or at least, that's what we were led to believe. They were supposed to be about honor, about standing together against the establishment, about creating change in NXT. Instead, they showed their true colors, and those colors are painted with cowardice and opportunism. And then there's Jacy Jayne, the woman who's been desperately clawing her way back into championship contention since Toxic Attraction fell apart. Let's be real here, Jacy's been struggling to find her identity as a singles competitor. She's been floating around the mid-card, picking up wins here and there, but never quite capturing that magic she had when she was rolling with Izzi Dame and Mandy Rose. This title win? It's tainted, it's hollow. And deep down, even Jacy knows it. Now let me break down exactly what happened at Gold Rush, because this wasn't just a match, it was a masterclass in manipulation and betrayal that would make even the most ruthless villains in wrestling history nod in approval. The match started exactly how you'd expect. High intensity, hard-hitting action, and Tatum Paxley showing exactly why she deserved to be in this championship match. From the opening bell, Tatum was on fire. Her strikes were crisp, her timing was perfect, and she was wrestling like a woman possessed. Every near fall had the crowd on their feet. Every counter, every reversal, Tatum was proving she belonged in the main event scene. Jacy, to her credit, brought her A-game too. She wasn't going to let this opportunity slip through her fingers. The mind games, the veteran presence, the calculated brutality, Jacy was pulling out every trick in her playbook. These two warriors were putting on an absolute clinic, and for 20 minutes, we were watching what could have been a match of the year candidate. But here's where everything went sideways. Here's where the script got flipped, and not in a good way. The Culling made their presence known at ringside. At first, it seemed like they were there to ensure a fair fight, to make sure no outside interference would cost Tatum her moment. The crowd was actually supportive, they believed in the story, they believed in the alliance. And that's what makes what happened next so absolutely infuriating. Tatum had Jacy dead to rights. I'm talking about done. Finished. The 3 count was a formality at that point. Tatum hit her signature combination, the crowd was counting along, and the referee's hand was coming down for what should have been the championship-winning pinfall. And then it happened. The Culling pulled the referee out of the ring. Let that sink in for a moment. The faction that was supposedly in Tatum's corner just cost her the title. But they weren't done. Oh no, they were just getting started with their treachery. Here's my second question for you, and this one's important. Comment below and tell me, is the Culling now the most dangerous faction in NXT, or are they just cowards hiding behind numbers? Because what they did next will have repercussions for months. While Tatum was confused, while she was trying to process what just happened, the Culling slid into the ring. And in a moment that will live in infamy, they attacked her. Not just a simple beatdown, I'm talking about a systematic, vicious assault designed to injure, to humiliate, and to send a message to the entire NXT locker room. They hit their finisher on Tatum, the same move they had used to help her win matches before, they now used to destroy her dreams. The symbolism wasn't lost on anyone watching. This wasn't just about costing Tatum the title, this was about breaking her spirit. Jacy Jayne, that opportunistic snake, saw her moment and took it. While Tatum was laid out, while the crowd was in absolute shock, Jacy crawled over for the cover. The referee, who had been pulled out moments earlier, somehow recovered just in time to count the 3. 1, 2, 3. New champion. But let's be crystal clear about something, Jacy Jayne didn't win that championship. It was handed to her on a silver platter, delivered by the Culling's betrayal. This isn't the story of a fighting champion who overcame the odds. This is the story of a woman who needed a faction of backstabbers to do her dirty work because she couldn't get the job done herself. The aftermath was even worse. The Culling stood over Tatum's broken body, no remorse in their eyes, while Jacky celebrated with a title she didn't earn. The message was clear: the Culling isn't about honor or change or any of the noble principles they claim to represent. They are about chaos, control, and aligning themselves with whoever benefits them most in that moment. Here's what really grinds my gears about this entire situation. Tatum Paxley deserved better. This woman has put in the work, paid her dues, and earned the respect of everyone in that locker room. She didn't need help, she didn't ask for shortcuts, and she certainly didn't deserve to have her biggest moment stolen from her by people she thought she could trust. And now we have Jacy Jayne as our champion, a woman whose title reign is already overshadowed by controversy and questions. How can anyone take her seriously as a champion when everyone knows she didn't win that match on her own merit? How can she look herself in the mirror and call herself a fighting champion when the Culling had to do the fighting for her? Let me hit you with my third question, and I really want to see a debate in the comments on this one. Can Jacy Jayne ever recover her credibility as champion after winning the title this way? Is this reign already doomed before it even starts? The implications of this betrayal go way beyond just one match or one championship. The Culling has now positioned themselves as the puppet masters of NXT. They've shown they can make or break careers with a single decision. They've demonstrated that loyalty means nothing to them, only power and control matter. And that makes them the most dangerous group in all of NXT. Think about what this means for the rest of the women's division. If you're Roxanne Perez, if you're Lyra Valkyria, if you're any woman in that locker room with championship aspirations, you now have to worry about the Culling inserting themselves into your business. You have to wonder if they are going to target you next. You have to question whether you can trust anyone, because if they could turn on Tatum Paxley, someone they explicitly aligned with, then no one is safe. And poor Tatum, what does she do now? How does she recover from this? The physical injuries will heal, but the psychological damage of being betrayed by people you trusted, that's a wound that runs deep. But here's what I believe, and you can call me optimistic: I think this betrayal is going to fuel Tatum Paxley to heights we haven't seen yet. Sometimes you need to hit rock bottom to discover what you're truly capable of, and when Tatum comes back for revenge, it's going to be legendary. As for Jacy Jayne's title reign, buckle up, because this is going to be one controversial championship run. Every defense is going to be questioned. Every win is going to have an asterisk next to it, and she'll have to live with the fact that her greatest achievement came not from her own abilities, but from the Culling's interference. Final question for all of you watching, and this is the big one: who should be the one to take the title from Jacy Jayne? Should Tatum get her redemption, or should someone else step up? Drop your answers in the comments, because I'm reading everything. What happened at NXT Gold Rush 2025 wasn't just a title change. It was a seismic shift in the power structure of NXT. The Culling's betrayal of Tatum Paxley will go down as one of the most shocking moments of the year, and Jacy Jayne's tainted title win has set the stage for what promises to be an absolutely explosive few months in the women's division. If you're as fired up about this as I am, smash that like button, share this video with every wrestling fan you know, and subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1, because we're going to be covering every single development in this story. The war has just begun, and we're here for all of it.